Okay, hello everyone, I hope you can hear me just fine. I hope the volume is okay as well. Just send me a message if something's wrong. So this will be a really short stream. I plan to make it around an hour and a half, hopefully. So we will be going to Nez Perce Valley first. I will show you what the game is like, and later on we will be going to Transylvania. It's a brilliant map. I absolutely enjoyed the game. I didn't start it yet. As you can see, we are on the main menu. So I would like to first, of course, thank you, my viewers, everyone who tuned in. I would really like to thank you. I am really thankful for early access. Let me just lower the volume of the game for a second. I'm really thankful for the early access. I really want to thank NRG, 9racks Games and THQ Nordic once again. So, let's see. I am about 15 hours into the game, and you can just ask me anything about the game, really. I will answer every single question you might have about this game, and let's continue. Let's start the game. I'm really anxious to show you how great this game is. Like, I've been enjoying this game so much. Okay, so I have been, as you can see, moving around the map. So this is our Nez Perce Valley map. This is huge. Like, as you can see, I have been playing for around 15 hours, and we start around this part, by the way, Cottonwood region. We start around this area. This is our main lodge. I will show you everything else in a second. So this is a 15 hours long of exploration, and as you can see, I haven't even touched nearly enough of the map. I have been checking many of the regions in the game. Like, I have been to duck hunting around these parts. This is really good. This is a swamp area. I haven't really discovered a south part of the map, but these parts just was beautiful. Like, let me show you, okay? Let me just take you to a walk really fast. So this was the campsite I spent the most time in, and like around 5 to 8 hours just spent here. You can't believe that. And let me just show you, like, would you look at this? Just so beautiful, such a beautiful map, such a beautiful game. And I have, let me show you my inventory. I have old Grandpa's rifle with me right now and Remington 783. I will go into details in all of these. I have overguard, non-licensed binoculars. I have a deer grunt and a duck collar. Perks, I will be going into these as well. Yeah, that's gorgeous, that's for sure. And hunting log, I have hunted 35 animals thus far in 15 hours, which should tell you about the rate of animals you should be hunting in this game. Like, it is a really tough job to even hunt a singular animal in this game. Unless you are hunting something rather easy, such as small game, maybe ducks or pheasants. Pheasants are really easy to hunt, in my opinion, but even something as simple as a mule deer is really hard to hunt. So I just want to show you this beautiful lake down there. Maybe we can find the mountain goats down there as well. That's a really populated area sometimes. And give me a second, let me just lower the music a bit more so that you can hear the beautiful environment sounds. Yeah, perk system is something that I'm really happy with. We have been talking about a lot about this in Discord, and we were really anxious whether it would be a leveling up system or something like XP barriers or such, but it is like this. Okay, let me talk about this for a second. So there are 40 perks in this game, and they have been sectioned into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sections. So all of these 3 are about guns, and these 4 are about your hunting skills or your player progression, more like. So this part, for example, bolt action guns, you have around 6 to 7 perks here. So one of them just I'm sorry, I'm still a little bit sick, so I can cough here and there. Excuse me. So if you hit heart, either lung or artery 10 times with a bolt action rifle while holding breath active, you gain hold breath length increased by 25%. These kinds of stuff. Same goes for lever action and brake action, or something else. Hold breath refills 30% faster if you hit heart, either lung, artery 25 times with a bolt action rifle, or something as simple as a 20% less recoil. you have to hit hard, either long archery 90 times with a bolt action rifle. So you have to be using these skills to improve them, to get better at them. I have this right now, catch your breath, hold breath, length increase for 25 minutes, 25%, sorry. Hunting part is rather more interesting in my opinion. This is where a lot of cool stuff happens, like strategist. I still haven't gotten around it yet, but if you sell 10 cold animals, so if you call an animal and you are and you can manage to hunt them, you get second level calls available. So about that, and if you hunt 30, you get third level. So about that, I will really really fast show you. So we have deer ground caller here. So I can only use, let me get it. I can only use first level grunt call, which I can see here as far as I can remember. And first level only calls for does, only female deers. So as you can see, doe grunt attracts only females. So let's just use it for its sake. So if I were to call 10 does and successfully hunt them and sell them, then I would get the second caller. Second caller will be attracting males, and third level will attract males with higher trophy ratings, which is really cool, really a cool system in my opinion. And there's a death system as well, so I don't really want to die. And there's a really cool perk here. If you die 10 times, if I remember correctly, I may have gotten it. Fall unconscious 10 times. Falling unconscious is literally dying in this game. So if you fall 10 times, if you die 10 times, 30% faster rate of life regeneration, which is a funny way developers mock you, really. Like, you die too much, maybe you should need a more life regeneration. It's quite cool. So perks are basically this. So you use some skills more and you gain more of those. So if I hike for 10 kilometers, I get better at hiking, and so on and so forth. So this is the main idea behind it. So I really want to show you down here as well. Then we might start hunting. So hunter sense as well. So I will be showing hunter sense in a second. Also very cool perk, another really cool perk is I can right now use hunter sense while I'm walking, which you can't do normally. Yeah, the death mechanic. They really mock you with that. So as you can see, we are around, this part is really cool, by the way. I will show you one thing in a second. This has a brilliant scenery down here. Just give me a second. Okay, let me get down here. And the render distance for animals is just amazing, amazing. You can just see them from 790 meters to 800 meters, which is just perfect. Let me just show you this. I believe that was somewhere around here. Yeah, look at that. There's a plane crash down there. Like, how cool is that? Like, they didn't have to add that, but they did, and I really appreciate small details like that. And here you can see a beautiful, beautiful lake down there. I saw a bunch of mountain goats back then, so I used this area. Yeah, render range is insane. Like, you can see around a kilometers, I believe. Like, render distances around a kilometers and a half, but animals only render up to 800 meters. So this is really cool. I mean, I am not going to complain about that. There is a weather mechanic here. We can see the hour and what will be the what will the weather be like in an hour, in 2 hours, in 3 hours, in 6 hours, up to 6 hours. Since I have a perk about that. Okay, let me get down here as well. I just want to show you around because this is really beautiful. Hi Rocket. I was just talking about perks and the beautiful scenery of this game. There are nearly always some elks down here. Like, maybe we can even get around. You can hear the sounds, right? You can hear the sound design of this game, which is something I literally fell in love with. Like, beautiful. This just, everything sounds beautiful, so immersive. So it is not really the perfect time for a hunt. I am just showing you around. Just taking a look around, and let's show you the lodge, because that part is just beautiful. What the ratio is like, I imagine from my experience within this 15 hours, I think it is 5 to 1. or 7 to 1. I'm not really sure. So every 1 minute equals to 5 or 7 minutes in the game. So we can also check that out maybe. So around 1 minute passed in about 30 seconds. I'm not sure, 20 seconds, something like that. So 24-hour day and night cycle, but it is every single minute in real life equals to around 5 minutes in the game time, which is something really convenient, simply because I will say that, like, if I were to, I'm right here, by the way. I love the 3D maps as well. This just looks beautiful. Like, this is one of the things that I fell in love with at the start of the game. Yeah, this is just beautiful. Like, let's say I'm here, okay? Let's say I were to go up here. I can, yes. I were to go up here. It will take me about 30 minutes in-game. So this distance, around a kilometers, it usually takes around 20 to 30 minutes in-game. So this is something you should know, in my opinion. And close the door. Okay, so this is where we can use our computer. I won't touch the computer because there are spoilers, there are in-game missions there. You can check our emails, we can check our emails there, but storage. So this is the part, this is really juicy. So these are all of our guns, and we have 3 shotguns. I'm not sure if hold and jack, no, I don't think any of those are licensed. Yeah, map is brilliant. So there are 3 shotguns, 12 gauge, 16 gauge, and 20 gauge. These are for hunting tier 1s. I will come back to the tiers as well. There are a couple of licensed guns here, such as Remington 783, Steyr Pro Hunter 2. We knew about these. Steyr Pro Hunter, Steyr Scout, Steyr Monoblock, Steyr SM12, Steyr Zephyr 2, Steyr Carbon CL2, and Grandpa Assault Rifle, as we knew. So I've been trying to get SM12 for a while now because I really want to hunt some tier 6 animals, such as elk, moose, and black bears. I really want to hunt some black bear. Sorry. I really wanted to get it. As far as I could gather, it is not necessary for you to get a tier 6 weapon to hunt tier 6 animals, but it really makes your life a lot easier because tracking in this game is truly hard. Like, it is something I don't want to take. I really don't want to do that because tracking is really realistic and really hard. So in gear parts, we have Bushnell Prime, elk collars. As you can see here, bugles and bugle with chuckles. First one is without any perks. If you buy elk collar right now, I can use this first bugle. Attracts low fitness males. And if I were to unlock a perk for it, and perks are used for bears, look awesome. Like, I am going to share a let's play in about a week now. After 16th, I will be sharing let's play with spoilers in it, after you get the chance to play it as well. And in there I have spotted a beautiful bear, and animations for bears are amazing. So if you have the perks for collars, I can use the 2nd and for some the 3rd level calls. Before that, I can only use 1st level calls, such as elk collar here. 1st level calls, bugle only attracts low fitness males, and 2nd one, bugle with chuckle, attracts high fitness males. For 3 ones, you can only attract females at first, then low fitness males and high fitness males, in that order. Attachments, you know about these. Most of these are loophole scopes and some collimators here. Boundaries, I have explained this a bit ago, but I will go over these. So there are 4 passes per map. So these are 4 passes for Nez Perce Valley, Falls Reservoir, Halivich, She-Devil, and Diamond Drill. So there are many regions in the game. Like, I imagine around 10. I haven't really explored all of them yet, but around 10 regions, 10-12 regions, and only 4 of them are locked, and they're not really that huge compared to the whole of the map. Like, if you take a look over here, I have, sorry, no toggle filter. Okay, so let's say this area. Okay, this is He-Devil area. This is a mountain area. So this whole area I'm drawing right now is He-Devil. I haven't really explored all of it, but this around these whole parts is He-Devil. And this is Halivich. This is the part that is locked, for example. There are 4 of these locked regions. One is here. All of these are other landowners' private lands. These are not closed with fence, of course, but it gives you a warning that these areas require a permission to hunt. Let's see. I am going to fast travel to Yee's cabin really quickly. Let me show you how it looks like. So there are no fences, there are no any region locks. I even can shoot in these areas. I believe it's only won't let me to sell the meat or taxidermize meat. I'm not really sure. I haven't tried to hunt in this area, but give me a second. I have took one photo here as well. Okay, let me set. I will go really in depth with photo mode as well in a second, but would you look at this? Like, how beautiful is this? How beautiful is this? Just plain simple beauty. So in these areas it says there is a permission to hunt required, and you don't really have to buy these for 4,500 in-game money. You don't have to buy any of these. You can just do missions for them. Missions include stuff like I don't know, hunt an elk under by stalking it and coming as close as 100 meters. No, I have not. Unfortunately, I haven't tried. I'm an obedient person in this game, so I have really not tried to hunt in this non-permitted areas yet. But I will try it. I will try it after the stream, that's for sure. So what I want to do now is, I'm not sure if I covered everything. There is so much to cover. There's so much to talk about. Like, there are these question marks. These are either echo spots, which we have seen in a trailer, explanation trailer, I believe, where you yell through the to the mountains and hear an echo back. This has a story background, which I won't go into. There are hunting stands. Some of these mission marks are hunting stands. I can show you really quick. One of these maybe. There is. I'm looking if there are any nearby ones. There's one right there. Okay. By the way, this is the hunting range, shooting range, sorry. This is our shooting range where you can zero your gun if you really wish to do so. There are 50, 100, 150 and 200 meter marks. You can just try this on your own, but I will show you hunting stands real quick. So there are hunting stands such as these in key spots, I will say. So in these spots, you can either wait or come at a better time by resting until set time. And here you can see, yes, these are not mobile and you can just wait, or it also greatly helps you reducing your scent and visibility and sound to animals. I believe I can hear a pheasant right down there. Yes, somewhere down there. You can use these areas, really cool. I have really never gotten around to use these yet. I never really needed it, but it's really cool to have them. I really like having those. I believe, by the way, I will really quickly go back to my lodge and get a shotgun so that we can hunt pheasants if we see them, because there are many pheasants around and they look beautiful. Okay, let me get my Bonzer & Klein, I believe, break shotgun, yes. And I believe you have seen this in a recent trailer, but I want to show you this. I really appreciate such an attention to detail. Like, let's shoot once. So I shot once, yeah? You don't have to unload all of the magazine. Like, there's no generic, a singular animation where you just unload all of the magazine and, like, let's say I shot it twice and here you go. There's another animation for it, which I really appreciate those kinds of stuff. From what I could gather, there is a set amount of ammunition you start with, and if you completely use it, you have to go back to your lodge or a storage or a campsite. I'm not sure about campsite, but yeah, when bows get added, I believe they will be really useful. I really look forward to bows as well. Like, they will be so cool. So other than these, let me show you if there's any other things. Need zones. Need zones are really important. By the way, there are some binoculars marks here, which means that these are points of interest where you would like to see. These are natural beauties mostly. So for knee zones, this is really important part. And before going to that, I will show you this as well. In the map, you can see this pink mark. I hope you can see it. Yeah, I hope you can see these pink marks in the map. This shows where your scent moves, and you can see how far away it goes as well. It goes around 130 meters. So your scent moves this way because, as you can see down right down there, we have wind going towards north side. So in the map you can see it visualized as well, which is something really cool. I really like it as well. I am not sure how need zones work in terms of, are they randomized for each and every single person? Are they randomized for each and every single map? I'm not sure about that, but this is my map. I believe it will be this. I think it will be like this for you as well. So let's check the need zones. So for these, you have to just slowly explore the map. There is nothing else you have to do. You just have to slowly explore the map. And these are not really visually easy to spot, but you get used to seeing some of these. Like there are some tree signs that you can get used to after a while. I will try and show you each and every single one of these. Let's start. Okay, you know what? That's enough of talking. I will talk and try to hunt something in the meanwhile. So what I do while I'm trying to hunt is, let's try some, excuse me, some mule deers. Mule deers are really cool. I really like them. Why is it pink and not red? I really have no idea. That's a design choice, I guess. So I will try and get around 17, so 5 p.m. Okay, so let's get to 5 p.m. real quick. So are we at 5 p.m? We are nearly at 5 p.m. Okay, let's I haven't checked that first. I should have. So what we are going to do is we are going to slowly explore. So how I hunt in this game is basically this. I slowly take a walk, take a really meditative walk in the nature, and not like backcrops, but there are some trees, like let me give you this example. Like this tree and this tree are really different. So some trees are pointing downwards, as some deers and such animals eat over those places, so they just bend. No, hunting pressure is not red. I'm not sure hunting pressure is visualized. I don't think hunting pressure is visualized. I think it is something that you should take notice by yourself. And I really hadn't have much of a hunting pressure because hunting in a singular spot is not really feasible in this game. Like you cannot just go and hunt the same spot again and again and again, because animals are really smart. And I'm not even playing the hard. I'm not even playing in a hard difficulty. It is like the second easiest one. There are 4 difficulty settings in the game. One being explorer, other being adventurer, next one being hunter, and the last one being ranger, which is the hardest. It is so hard, it is unbelievable. Like tracking wise, it is the hardest I've ever seen. I will try and show you one. And we have a pheasant very nearby. Maybe we can try and hunt a pheasant if you'd like. So let's try and hunt a pheasant. Pheasants are really cool, and I've seen someone talking about this in Discord, saying that some animals are not really that skittish, so they don't really run around when they see you, and pheasants are like that. Pheasants really don't mind you around them sometimes. Sometimes they really don't care. They really couldn't care less, and they're just moving around. Sometimes they can be really skittish as well. It really depends on the pheasant's mood, I guess. So, by the way, about animations, we have talked a lot about this, but I really am happy with that. One thing I must talk about is you have 2 modes of walking and crouching. One mode, okay, let me show you. This is a rather fast one, and if I press control here, there is a really slow one. Really slow. One is for tracking, and there's 2 modes for crouching as well, a rather fast one and a rather slow one. Rather slow crouching is really important, because especially elks are unbelievably observant. Unbelievable. Like, they really notice you from very far away. I really can't see this pheasant. I'm using counter sense right now. That's how I see this bubble excuse me, this bubble here showing me the sound analysis. If I close it, only sole thing you can use is your senses. Sole thing you can do is hear it. It is really cool as well. So there are many pheasants around here, I noticed. We can also try and scare one of them. Look at that. And there it goes. Okay. And a live hunt happened. So I hope you I hope you've seen it in full HD glory. So this is how the harvest screen looks like. I just really flashed it. I just made some sounds and scared it and shot it in the air. So this is how the screen looks like. Just showing it around. So this was a Hunt rating 5 simply because I used right caliber. It was... I really hadn't used in speed change in Call of the Wild. Like, I could run away for miles and animals would run. And actually, this is really funny while you are looking at these screens. One thing that is really funny in Call of the Wild is... Thank you. One thing that's really funny in Call of the Wild is I would run just to scare some animals to learn about their positions. In this game, if you scare them, well, good luck, because you won't be able to find that same animal for around 300-400 meters, and getting close to them will be really harder. So hunting is really satisfying in this game. I could tell you that. So it was male, adult. Adult is the highest, mature is 1 point lower, and young is the as young as it gets. It says young. So it was 1.6 kilograms. It was around 50% genetic fitness. I hit a vital organ. Time of the day. Weather. We are at the adventure difficulty, second easiest one. I haven't really changed it. I tried once the hardest difficulty beats full on no HUD. I have a video about this coming soon enough. So we haven't really lost any meat as well. So this is how we are going to sell it. And we get around 13 golds or whatever the units of money is in this game. Pheasants don't give you much. I will tell you that. I don't really hunt pheasants. As much as fun as they are, you don't really gain much money from them. Let's try and hunt one more. As you can see, they're not really skittish. Yeah, penalty for spooking is really hard. So they're not really that skittish, and even if you spook some pheasants, like... Oh, I shot it and it didn't die. I think it is falling down though. Let me try it again. Oh, I missed. Sorry guys. I think I wounded the... I wounded the pheasant now. And it's running away. Okay, that's not nice. Maybe I can show you bloodstains though. Okay, I will not try and track a pheasant because I really haven't tried it yet. It never really happened before, really. So these are tracks, not blood trails. I was going to show you blood trails, but maybe I won't be able to find them. So these are tracks. So if I had no HUD at the highest difficulty, I wouldn't be able to use Hunter Sense. They would still shine like this if you get close enough. Like, they would look like this from distance. I hope you can see it from this distance. They will look like this, and if I get close enough, they will just blink. We can also try and close the HUD in upcoming minutes. I will try and close all HUD, get to the highest difficulty setting. But first, I would really like to show you a deer hunt if I can. So about knee zones, I'm really just jumping from here and there, but a lot to talk about. So knee zones, you have to discover these areas. These are generally places like this. Okay. We have found a knee zone. So these areas really look like this. So nothing really special about them. So this part could be a bit tricky if you are playing no HUD and hardest difficulty. I will tell you this. So as you can see, there's nothing really special about them. Unless you come really close to them, you can't really see anything particularly different about them. Maybe other than that area being a little bit walked upon, maybe. So if I press analyze, let's come. It was an American Badger eating zone that they rarely use. And if I use Hunter Sense, which is much easier to see, as you can see, they just glow like this, which I found myself using a lot. And by the way, disclaimers here, if when you start the game, you won't be able to walk at this pace. If you walk around this place, you won't be able to see in Hunter Sense at the very beginning. This is a perk you gain by using Hunter Sense and finding tracks. So if you want to use Hunter Sense while walking, you have to either crouch slowly or walk slowly or just stop. Other way around, you won't be able to walk like me and see in Hunter Sense. And there is this these need zones. Yes, I was talking about need zones. Need zones are definitely not exploitable, at least not as exploitable as they were. Yeah, badgers. I really love badgers here as well. Maybe we can find some, I don't know. So, first thing I could say about need zones is, I hope you can hear me over this, because there is a problem with some of these lakes. You sound really gets high. I've heard a lot about this from other content creators as well. I think this will be fixed by day 1 patch. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think it will be. So, need zones are not 100% your go-to easy kill spots. I keep saying this in videos as well, but you can't just set the time around. Let's check encyclopedia. You get these informations, by the way, by finding tracks. Yeah, did you saw Minky? Those conversations was really funny. So you get these by finding tracks or need zones. I believe by finding need zones, you get this screen in encyclopedia. So this is a short summary of the animal, how they look like, what they are, hunting tier, recommended energy, and life cycle. Other than these, you have to find 3 static signs. Static signs are such as tracks, need zones, drinking zones, rest zones, etc, etc. So if you unlocked 3, as you can see here, I can only see animal weights for moose because I haven't found 3 static signs or harvested 3 animals yet. So after you find 3 static tracks, or after you successfully harvest 3 animals of a specific species, you get this. You can see body variations, how they look like when they are older, when they are mature, when they are younger. What is their primary habitat? What is their secondary habitat? What is their trophy type and trophy ranges? These are all the informations you can get here. But for life cycles, I really want to talk about this. Life cycles is really vague. I will tell you that. Really vague. Like, I have tried this for you to see if this is exploitable. I will be really disappointed if it was exploitable. It is not exploitable, definitely not. Maybe, of course, somebody will exploit it in some ways, but for general user, general player, casual player, more like, you won't really be seeing tons of animals at the drinking time because it is set around 9 AM. And you will definitely not see, like, let's say I come back to my campsite or a lodge and set the time to 9 AM because mule deers seems to be drinking at that hour. I can assure you, and I can show you right here, we won't be finding any mule deers drinking right in this spot, because this is really vague. They just happen to have a singular zone here, but it really requires for you to search around an area this big. They have multiple drinking zones. A herd, just a single mule deer herd, has tons of drinking zones, eating zones, resting zones, things they get affected from, like your scent, like your hunting pressure, and they really are around this area. So you have to really cover a 300 meters, a kilometer radius area for you to find them. So I really tend to have a chill approach to hunting animals. Set the time according to the encyclopedia, set time to the drinking zones, and start moving around drinking zones. I will definitely find one if I just walk around enough, but it really doesn't give you an idea about where you will find them, when you will find them, which is something I really admire in this game. I really love it. So we are around 17, so in 17 there should be some mule deer eating. So in theory, we should be able to see some mule deers right there eating, right? And I will tell you this, 7 out of 10 times we won't find them right there. Maybe 3 out of 10 times, maybe we are lucky, we might find some mule deers eating right over there. right now, but 7 out of 10 times we won't be finding them right at the same place. And I really tried that. I really tried to set. There's a really nearby campsite here, and I have tried to hunt mountain goats for like 3 hours straight for over 2 days, and it's really requires a lot of effort to hunt in this game, and I love it, and it is really satisfying when you get that specific animal. I said need zones are really vague. Maturing rates, I am really not sure. So in a herd, there appears to be, like, let's say, from my experience, in a mule deer herd, there are around 10 mule deers, okay? These are vague terms, of course. There may not be 10, maybe 8, maybe 6, depends on the herd as well. So let's say there is a herd consisting of 10 mule deers. These move together. These move together from need zones to need zones. So in this 10-membered herd, you will be finding around 4 females, 6 males. Actually, this reminds me of something really cool. I've seen it being discussed about in today's discussions as well. There is something really cool. Let me show you this. If you hunt not just genes and fitness, but if you hunt more females, there will be less members in a herd as well, because you are just literally just killing all of the females in the group, and you won't have enough of mule deers in that area. I'm talking about mule deers, but this works for every species. So if you hunt more males, there will be more animals living in that habitat. This is really cool. Like, there is a fitness factor here, and there's a male to female ratio factor, which I really am trying to be consistent with. I'm trying to shoot non-females. At the start I started with shooting whatever I can see, but now I'm trying to shoot only and only males, because it really helps your population as well. And as I was saying, there are around 4 females, around an average start. And here you can see some mule deers. Like, see, I have been walking around and I haven't been paying attention, to be honest, but they are running away, and they were around 150 meters away from me, and they won't stay in the same place. Maybe I can try a shot, but tracking is really hard. So one thing I noticed is that they run around for 300 meters. So this is a tip. Yeah, this is a tip for you for when you start the game. If you know where the animals are moving, when you spook them. So let's say you spook the animals. I just spooked the animals, okay? So I guess they are just going to calm down 300 meters away from me. And if I know the direction they are moving, so I knew they were going this direction, I can imagine they are just chilling around there. Why 300 meters? I think this is a design choice. This is not set as stones, of course. This is not, I'm not saying 100% of the time you will get them stopping at 300 meters. But if you calm down, if you stop running, that is really important. If you stop making sounds, if you stop giving away your scent, then they will give or take calm down around 300 meters, which is really good for game side of the things. Like, maybe in real life they will just run away for, I don't know, a kilometers. I really have no idea. But in game, you really want them to stop at some point, because then you would have literally no animals, because finding them, getting close to animals is really hard. And as I said, this one was a lucky encounter. As I said, they were eating around these parts. So I think I saw them around here. I was around there. I was around there, around these trees, and they were eating around that area. So as you can see, need zone is here, need zone is right here, but they were eating a couple of 100 meters away from it. Even now, like, this is completely depending on your luck. This is a bit of RNG elements, which I really appreciate as well. And need zones are not small. Like, need zones start, like this need zone here, this eating zone right over here, start from, let me see, start from there. I can see it glowing from here. Yeah, it really works well. I can tell you that 300 meters is a sweet spot for calming down. And you see here, so eating zone starts from somewhere around there, maybe even further away, and here is the same need zone. This is not a secondary need zone. This is the same eating zone that they use. So it is really, these need zones encompass a lot of areas as well. They are not like 10 meters of a space where you can find 10 animals every single time, which is something I really love about this game. And as you can see, we haven't even hunted anything yet other than a pheasant, other than 2 pheasants. I managed to miss one actually, but hunting in this game is a true challenge, and between the looks of the game, between the sound design, between how gameplay mechanics work, how you have to work towards your hunt, your game, it just is really an enjoyable game. I will tell you that. If you are on the verge of buying it, I will never tell anyone that I don't know in real life to buy a game, but if you like what you're seeing, there's a lot more to this. I can tell you that. Like, we have just started scratching and I have been talking around for 45 minutes straight, and there they are. See? It's around 300 meters away from where I was standing just a second ago. 200 meters. And there they were. There they were. Because I stopped running. Because I stopped making sounds and they stopped around 300 meters. And they're running that way. And the animations just look beautiful. Just look beautiful. I just could stop here and check this out. And before moving any further, I also would like to show you photo mode, which is something really cool. As you can see, there are some tracks here. Like, let me show you right here. You can see them, right? Yes, definitely. For a game developer team consisting of 55 people who worked on a game for 2 years, it is just fantastic. Like, amazing. And I believe you can see the tracks over here as well. Like, these are where the animals ran, I imagine. Like, these are the tracks. And if I get close enough in photo mode, you can see this, I believe. I can see the tracks. So without any HUD, no blinkings, no, I don't know, easy indicators, you can see tracks here. Right here. These are the tracks. So if I had no HUD, highest difficulty, no hunter sense, I will be able to track these animals simply because A, as you can see, there are clear-cut tracks where they moved, and B, there are footprints, foot trails, stamps, whatever you might call them, right over here. Blood trails, I will show you them as well, but in photo mode, I can tell you this. There are a couple of presets, noir preset, sunset preset, nostalgic, faded, Yellowstone, and custom. I like to set it around 55% this, tint to not 60, 55, contrast is a bit more, saturation a little bit more, vignette completely removed. And very cool thing is, yes, this is a really good question. I believe they do, and I am 99% sure they do, because I am talking from experience about this. I have had the perfect spot for bighorn sheep and mountain goats, and if you spook the mountain goats, bighorn sheep starts running away as well, because they get spooked, which is something I really find extremely cool. Like, animals spook each other. This is really cool. Really, really cool. And I have had some black bears. Black bears also have really keen senses. If you spook a black bear, American black bear, it just suddenly spooks every single deer around in the perimeter as well, which is really cool. And in photo mode, you can set the time of the day, which I will show you nighttime. See how dark it gets. See how dark it gets, how beautiful everything looks. I believe you can see anything here, but let me set it to a better time. We can set time. We can pause the game or not pause the game, which is perfect if you are into filming animals. I have filmed some badgers, actually. We can show or not show our character. I just disabled my character. And there's extra photographic details. So this is pretty much it for photo mode. There are tons to be talked about, definitely. So let's try and find our deers if we can. I really can't rush this. I really can't rush a hunt. I can tell you that. Because hunting is not that simple. But I can tell you that, yes, spooked animals spook each other. So let's try and get one of these deers. I will show you about the difficulty settings and HUD settings in a minute. After if I can find these deers. So I know this is a really bad spot simply because wind is basically going towards there. As you can see, my scent is being carried over to that area as well. So if there are any deers, I imagine they will be gone by now, but what we might try our luck with is I know a very good spot for bighorn sheep, but that might be a bit problematic. I don't want to go there. Yeah, I'm glad you are enjoying this. I'm really glad you're enjoying the game. I mean, I have been creating content for this game for the last week. I have 15 hours in the game total. And I have 3 hours of edited footage, which I will be sharing over the next week. And I will be doing live streams every single day. I will do a lot more hunts. You can expect to see a lot more hunts. Some will be more pre-scouted, pre-designed, and I can hear some gray wolves. And I alerted them from 250 meters. You can see that, right? Some animals really have ultimate senses, like predators, black bears, gray wolves, really have unbelievable senses. I can tell you that. And here they're spooked. You can see that, right? I have been just walking in a regular speed. And some animals really can hear you over here. And I should also note that wind is not in my favor as well. Maybe that affected this alerted situation as well. But as you can see, this is really how you should be playing. You should really be taking your time, enjoying your time. And here are mule deers. I spooked them again. Like this is really starting to become a meme right now. And if you listen carefully, you can hear some bushes crack, wood crackings. This means animals are spooked. They are running around. For deers, at least, this is the sound. And for black bears, I think this is the general spooking sound. So they are running over that way. Why there are so many sound markers, you may ask? This is because, not because there are this many animals. Yeah, gray wolves. We can try to track them as well. But I must admit, I have yet to find a good herd of, good pack of wolves yet. Like, I have really encountered them rarely. Yeah, I should stop spooking the animals. I'm really starting to become, this is really starting to become a meme right now. I keep spooking them, but talking and playing the game at the same time really is hard. I'm really trying to explain to you to my best ability, so I really am trying. Okay, don't judge me about it. So let's try and get up there. So about FPS, if you wonder, I get around 60 FPS. Transylvania is a lot tougher on my GPU. Transylvania has, like, you can see the area here, right? Transylvania is full of these. Full of clear hills. And I love it for that. It was just a brilliant experience. I have just played around 40 minutes. Like, in total, I have played 15 hours. And 15 hours of gameplay is this. Around 14 hours of gameplay opened me this much area. Imagine how big 144 square kilometers of a map is. And I really never even scratched the surface with Transylvania. Yeah, that's really beautiful. That's really beautiful, Civ. And environment is just brilliant. I mean, just walking around here, I don't even need to hunt here. I can just... They really delivered on all of their promises, actually. They said they want to make a game for people who are nature enthusiasts, who like virtual nature. No, I won't blame you. I won't blame you. I only blame my Bigfoots in the game. I have really big feet in the game. And if you wonder about the character, this is our character, by the way. This is our design protagonist. Take a look at him. Say hi. Say hi, River. Hi. Okay. Okay, this is our character. I don't think it is a spoiler. I think you'll already see it by now. But I will tell you this. Character is a voiced one. This is all I'm going to say. There is conversations in the game. This is not just text. Our character is not a silent protagonist. Yes, he's a handsome guy. Our character is not a silent protagonist. He talks, not in between hunts, of course, only in story parts. But that's all I'm going to tell in terms of story. Nothing really. Other than that, you might walk for, I don't know, 45 minutes, an hour, without even seeing an animal, which is, I believe, a good thing for some, bad thing for some others. I mean, you have to do some reading because objectives, I won't show you them because they are spoilers. Bigfoot confirmed, yes. Those are spoilers, but emails are lengthy. I can tell you that. There are huge emails, but if you are not really interested in them, game really summarizes you the mission, and if you really want that, you can read the email why you are hunting a specific duck, for example. And there are specific missions for landowners, private areas, which are really cool as well. Like, I can give you one example of a landowner mission. One was, I keep talking about this, one of them was hunt an elk by stalking it, by coming as close as 100 meters to it. So come as close as 100 meters, take the shot under 100 meters, and if you can prove yourself to me, I will grant you access, such as this. And then you don't even have to buy private passes. I believe it was this places. I'm not sure which place owner really said that, but I think it was She-Devil. So if I do that mission, if I can hunt an elk under by coming as close as 100 meters to it, then I can open the area. And one thing I read in encyclopedia in the game is private areas work something like high fence, something like they have better trophy animals, they have better herds, and that's about all. They have better herds. That area has better herds, and they are genuinely looking really beautiful. Like, I have went at the start of the stream, went really close by to a cabin, a landowner's cabin, and they look fantastic. Like, what can you say about this game other than it looks and sounds brilliant? And if you wonder anything else, just ask me. Yeah, definitely. And in Lodge, there's a, not campfire, what do you call that? I can't really remember the name of it. But in Lodge you have this fire and you can hear the woods chirping one by one, which is just so cozy. Like, you can just sit there in a, I don't know, a cold winter IRL and just have a sip of a coffee, read through your emails. Is there a girl character? This is genuinely a good question. Unfortunately, there is not. You only have a one design protagonist. I believe this is because they are voiced and they probably didn't have the budget or the priority or the time to voice another character. So I will be trying to find some tracks. And tracks, some really cool fact about tracks is that they not necessarily lead you towards animals, and I mean tracks by foot, foots, like here. Okay, right here. So we have a whitetail deer here, okay? So these tracks not necessarily lead me towards the animals themselves. Yeah, you will have to play as this design character, Tusha, unfortunately. Maybe there might be future plans for an additional character. I really have no idea, but this is at the launch. You will be playing as this character I just showed you. And these tracks lead you towards their need zones, which is really cool. I mean, they don't lead you towards themselves, not necessarily. There's an American Badger here as well, American Badger track here as well, but I doubt we will be able to see them. They are really fast, they are really small, and comparatively small, I will tell you that. And tracking in this game is genuinely hard. I believe in real life it is hard as well, but I keep finding myself returning back to the point I points I found the initial tracks. Like here. Like here. I just lost my tracks. I believe I can see some badger tracks over there. And there were some white-tailed deer tracks here as well. I'm using Hunter Sense to highlight them, by the way. If you don't use Hunter Sense, if you are in a higher difficulty, you have to come really close to them to highlight them. If you don't come as close as, let's say, a meter, you won't be highlighting them unless you use Hunter Sense or you are playing in a lower difficulty. They don't shine from distance like here. They don't. Like this is all. I'm even using Hunter Sense right now. Yeah. That was really cool. I think there was a game like that. Not a badger specifically. I think there was a fox. I played such a game. Like you are a detective fox that tries to uncover a mystery. There was something really similar. Something along those lines. There was a game like that. But that will be cool in this game as well. So Hunter Sense, what Hunter Sense does is it blurs the outside peripheral vision. It adds additional contrast, vignettes, if I may, and it highlights some places, like such as these. And I really found it useful, other than sometimes, even with Hunter Sense, it's not that easy. I can tell you that. Like, I have found myself losing track more than a couple of times, admittedly. Like, it is a bit embarrassing to admit, but I have found myself spending 20 in real life minutes to find an animal I just shot. Especially if it's a poor shot, if there are small amount of blood, it is really a pain in the ass. Graphics are really good. In my opinion, they are really good. But I'm not sure how the stream is, if the stream is doing its justice, but graphics are really good. Some assets really close by, such as rock formations, some places are sometimes look, I don't know, like this. But overall, the game looks brilliant. Brilliant. Graphics are beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I think it is really worth the wait. It's really worth the wait. I can tell you that. And I think I can see a track over here. Like I'm not necessarily seeing a track, footprints or whatsoever, but there's an opening in this area between the bushes. So I imagine there is a need zone at the end of this place, because these are getting more and more frequent as well, these tracks. And one thing I must say is you should really scout the area a lot. Like before you start hunting, like one thing why you are not seeing a lot of hunting right now, why am I not hunting? Why am I not shooting animals right now? Is because I admittedly haven't done much of a prep beforehand, not today. I usually do. You should be scouting the area first. You should be finding your need zones. You should be observing animal behaviors. Set the time accordingly. Then start exploring. And here is a need zone. And we have discovered a need zone. This is how it works. So you discover these. And this is a whitetail resting zone that they use rarely. Rarely means there are two sections for it. Rarely and often, from what I could tell. And when it is rarely, they really rarely come there. Like I have tried some of these places a bunch of times, and there sometimes appears to be two same need zones, like resting zones, two resting zones really nearby. One is being often used, one is being rarely used. So this is really cool as well. These are, and as I said, by the way, a point of mine that just got proven. I was just following some tracks. As you know, I have been following some food tracks, food trails, and it lead me up to a need zone. As you can see, they don't necessarily lead me towards an animal whatsoever, but they lead me towards a need zone. And scouting works a huge part in that. So you just come to a need zone, they rest here. So let's check when do they rest. So they rest around 13 and 12. So it is around 6. So what I should be looking for, mule deers or white-tailed deers. So I should be looking for their eating or drinking zones right now. And as you can see, need zones are really huge. it goes from, it started from here. I will mark it, and you can dynamically mark locations as well. From my binoculars, from my scope, I can press X at a distance and I can mark it. And there are two marks. One is easily be marked in the game, and the other is tracking markers. So I can put multiple of these blue tracking markers. I believe these are for, like, I have found a track here, I have found another track here, so these trails led me towards here. These are for this. And exploration markers are more vague in terms that, let's say I want to go here, and that is that. They are not really that's comprehensive in terms of being that. And let's mark here, okay? This is a need zone. I marked here. So need zone starts here, just a singular need zone. A need zone started here. Let's see how further away it goes. I can see it going here. This is the same need zone that they rest. And it goes and goes, and I think it goes up to there as well. I believe it should be a relief for you if you were anxious about need zones in this game. Like, I really had a bad time, I can say that. I really had a bad time in Call of the Wild, the Hunter Call of the Wild, with need zones, because they are unbelievably predictable. Like, you can easily find an animal near a lake in Call of the Wild. In Way of the Hunter, however, you really can't find them. Like, a lake, I can just go to a lake in a second. I can go to two lakes at one spot, actually, and it's not guaranteed that I will find any animals. And here's an eating zone for whitetails as well. So this area is really cool for whitetails, I can tell. So what you should be doing is take a collar with you, slowly explore area. This is what I was talking about at the start of the stream, by the way. These are the trees that are bent down. Like, even without HUD, even without Hunter Sense, I could tell this is an eating zone. How would I tell that? Because look at this tree, it is looking upwards, and look at this one. Animals ate from it, so it is looking downwards. These small details are what gives away. So you could tell it away from this if you have close all HUD, you are at the highest difficulty, which I really tried. I have been able to get a singular fox in like around an hour worth of playing in Transylvania in no HUD, hardest difficulty. So it is really hard. If you are really looking for a challenge, just set the difficulty to the highest level possible. Just close all HUD and enjoy everything. If you really want some customization for Hunter Sense, you can close a binocular identification. What this means is when you look an animal with Hunter Sense, you can see its age. I mean mature, young, or what was the other one? Mature, young, and adult. You can't really see its genetic potential other than its trophy rating. Yes, it's a really cool detail. So if I were to close binocular identification, I could do that. If I were to close interactions highlighting, I could do that. Bullet impact position, bullet impact distance, bullet impact energy. What this means is, I have this, I believe, perk. I'm not sure, don't quote me on this. But if I use Hunter Sense and aim down, I can see a red laser-like thing where it shows where the bullet will go, how far it will go in the top right corner, and what will be the hit energy, which is really important. If I were to close the Hunter Sense, I wouldn't be able to see that, of course. But as you can see, I can customize that here as well. Extra information in scope. So if I were to customize animal signs identification, I can close droppings identification, blood prints identification, footprints, sound cues, deceased animal position. These are all customizable, which is really, really cool. And there's HUD elements section here as well, which you can close markers, HUD compass, HUD shortcuts helpers, which I will close. Really, what this does is, as you can see on the lower left side, there's a toggle objectives and Hunter Sense. I can just close it by closing HUD shortcuts helpers. Yeah, hardest difficulty is a real challenge. I can tell you that, Michael. Like a real challenge, a true challenge. Like it is beyond hard. I can tell you that. If you are really looking for a realistic hunting, stalking, tracking, shooting experience, go for it. Go for it. I can close HUD crosshair, which I really didn't even open at the very beginning. I don't use crosshairs in any game I play. HUD visibility, if I were to close HUD, only HUD remains, only compass remains, and you can close that as well. HUD, compass, and here's how the game looks without anything. I still have my hunter sense, of course. For that, you should be changing your difficulty settings, or you should be customizing from game settings. If you select the highest difficulty setting, you can't customize anything. Of course, it definitely blocks hunter sense completely. And how difficulty settings work is basically when I select a territory at the start of the game, Nez Perce Valley or Transylvania, you get to choose between difficulties. And if I were to say, let's say I will change the map or difficulty setting right now, I am going back to the menu, I'm changing difficulty, it fast travels me back to my initial main lodge, so that you cannot really just cheese it. Like you cannot just find an animal here, identify it, and change the difficulty, kill the animal, and say, hey, I killed an animal at the highest difficulty. No, it just fast travels you back to your lodge, so that you have to track the animal again, you have to find the animal again, you have to spot it again. So it really is fairgrounds. I can really appreciate that. I can tell you that. And hours really affect how your gameplay works as well. So there's an American black bear eating zone around there. What I use the most is this section. So animals, encyclopedia. As you can see, I keep coming back to here. I check when the animals, what the animals' life cycles are. This is really helpful. So around 3 they eat. Around 3 a.m. and 3 p.m. they eat. I think it is not a really good time to hunt. It is around 6 p.m. in the game. But my best bet will be just explore. And I just spooked another animal. Okay, I really should focus up on the game, but I really want to tell you all about the game as well at the same time. I can't help myself. I really want to show you the game. I really want to hunt an animal as well, but by keep talking and showing you new stuff, I just can't focus on hunting. I really go silent when I'm hunting as well. I really don't want you to just watch me walking around trying to find some tracks, or wait until I hear some animal sounds. Hi Jason. Are you asking in terms of performance? I am on PC. In terms of performance, if you're asking, I am getting around 60-70 FPS. I am using 1080p monitor. I should tell you that. It has been asked a couple of hours ago. I will answer that as well. I am using 1080p. I get around 60 up to 90 FPS. So it really varies. I can get as low as 30 FPS and as high as 90 FPS depending on the region. Transylvania has really open areas which is really demanding on your hardware. So it really gets as low as 30 FPS, maybe 45 FPS, I'm not really sure. 45 to 90 is my PC performance experience, if you ask that. So I think, as I said before, I believe they run around 300 meters, so I believe I can just mark it even, like around there. Oh, I hid everything and now I can't see anything. Let's open HUD, and markers always visible, HUD compass as well. I believe when you hide the compass, I am using 6700 XT, AMD 6700 XT, and Ryzen 5600X for CPU. I can write that down if it's not clear. I believe it's just clear, but I am using these for 1080p ultra settings. By the way, I must state that as well. Let me show you the settings as well. So these are the settings. I'm on 1080p full screen mode. This is custom ultra settings, everything to the highest possible. I closed motion blur and V-Sync. Other than that, everything is as high as it gets. Render distance is really high at this game as well. 800 meters just for animals. around the kilometers for trees and other foliage and such. So it really is expected to get as low as 45-50 in these settings, I believe. So why did I crouch? I crouched simply because I am 90% sure, or 70% sure, let's not exaggerate it. I'm 70% sure the spooked animals I just spooked, the whitetails I just spooked. Another problem, Jason, another problem. The animals I just spooked are... What is this? American black bear. By the way, would you look at these paws? Like how beautiful they are. I'm not even using Hunter Sense, by the way. It is highlighted simply because I'm really up close to it. It is really cool. I believe we are going to find these whitetails down here because they only run around for 300 meters, as I said at the start. And I started crouching because they have really good senses. They are not stupid. Even at... I am at second easiest mode. So there are 4 modes in the game, 4 difficulty settings. Explorer, Adventurer, Hunter, and Ranger. I am at Adventurer right now. And even then, the animals are really skittish. And animals are not dumb. Or they are not dumbed down simply because you're playing at an easy mode. So I should be really careful. My general tip for hunting will be, if you know where the animals are, if you know how far away they are, slow down around 150 meters. And from 130 meters, go full on slow crouching. Because they can hear you. For elks and black bears and predators, this is even more. Like, you should make that 200 meters because they are unbelievably observant. Elks, I have heard elks without seeing them and they keep getting spooked. I can tell you that. And that's not just me spooking them, I swear. I swear that's just not me running around and spooking them, but they have really keen senses. I hopefully will show you something other than a pheasant hunt. At the start we hunted a pheasant, but I will try and show you a pheasant hunt. But to show you, to give you a glimpse of the gameplay, I believe the best representation of the gameplay will be this. Simply because you really have to scout the area beforehand. You really set the time to the right time. And so on and so forth. Without these, without scouting, without tracking, without doing the work, without putting in the work, you really will have a hard time finding animals like I am right now. Let's see if I can use a grunt, deer grunt, and see if I can hear a call back. So this is how this sounds. You really can't tell how callers work at the very beginning, at least. Sometimes males challenge your calls, which is, I mean, how cool is that? Males challenge your calls so that females won't come your way if you are using those callers, if you are using calls that are specific towards females. Yeah, easier modes are still challenging. I believe I can hear some whitetails. I know there are some around me because I just spooked some of them this way. So there should be some around these parts, that's for sure. And we are near a water source as well. But one thing that, if you're a Call of the Wild player, and one thing that you are concerned about should be if the game is too easy. Like if I were to spam water sources, am I going to keep finding animals around these lakes, water sources? And simple answer, no, you won't. You won't be finding animals as simple as that. Because you really have to explore the map. Yes, that is something I really understood, really realized after putting around 10 hours into the game. And what is this? Still some bear paws. Around 10 hours into the game, I really noticed that there is something wrong. Wait a second, I have been playing this game for I don't know how many hours, and I have been playing this game for 15 hours, and I have hunted 36 animals. Most of them are pheasants, which are really easy to hunt. And mountain goats, some animals are extremely harder to get. Mountain goats, well, good luck finding them because they are on mountains and they are not really as, they just don't show up as easy as a mule deer, for example. I'm really trying to hunt a mule deer right now because deers, or mule deer or whitetail. Yes, sometimes males challenge your calls. I have, actually, I think I have it in my video that launched today. I am making a call and just in 30 seconds, male mule deer starts calling back. And funny thing, I don't know if it was genuine or am I just reading into it, but I made a call in that video from deer ground caller. I made a call. Some females started approaching me. Real male buck called them back, and they changed their ways towards the male buck, which is like, how cool is that in a hunting game? Like, how often can you see something like that? How often can you see something like that? Which is a brilliant thought if it's genuinely something like that is in the game. And something else really cool is that I in a video that is going to be launched in 3 days time, I guess, either tomorrow or the day later, I was just walking around the lake and I saw a whitetail checking me out. Like, honestly, it turned its head 45 degrees and it was looking at me like, what are you? Are you a threat? Are you going to hunt me? Are you a predator? And it was looking at me. And it was so cool, such an authentic experience that was, I can tell you that. We have talked a lot about how beautiful the game is. There have been some bugs, obviously. I mean, a game this big, I have encountered some bugs, such as some visual bugs, some audio bugs. Nothing major, nothing that will break my experience, nothing that crashed my game. One thing I could tell you about the game's performance is that it is really demanding. Oh, some badgers! I found some badgers! Wait a second, badger. I will shoot you. And here you go. We are hunting a badger right now. As you can see, okay, let's find the blood strains first. And here it is. It was a perfect shot. Wow, even I didn't expect that. So let me show you the blood trails. Sometimes they are pink, sometimes they are red. So don't be mistaken if you see only pink stains. Sometimes, depending on where you shot them, they can be red or pink. They have various informations about them. So this is with air bubbles. How can you tell if it's the one with air bubbles? I can tell you this from what I could observe. If there are these spaces, these bubbles, in a way, in the blood stains, and you can see here as well. Like, let's take a really close look. You can see the bubbles in the blood, and I can hear a second badger. Okay, let's mark it here, and there it goes. Okay, it was a streamer luck. Definitely, it was a streamer luck. I really wasn't expecting to find two, let alone shoot both of them. Okay, okay, I really wasn't expecting this. So about bloods, you can see the bubbles right here. So even if you have no HUD, you can really see it. Other than this, I think it expires. I really am not sure about this. Don't quote me on that. But something really cool about blood stains. One thing I could tell you is that it spreads towards vegetation as well. Like, check this little grass. Like this grass over here, this is a usual grass, and this is a blood-stained grass. And you can find them from here as well. And the first thing we have hunted is a badger. Like, really? Okay, this couldn't get better. I've hit both lungs, I guess. This is the bullet camera, as you know. But I think that was a poor hunt rating, simply because A, it's a 0 genetic material, but this is about trophy rating. Why did I get 0 hunt rating? I would guess I have lost a lot of meat. So what determines your hunt rating is basically how much meat you have lost, how many times you have shot the animal, how far away it ran. And I have lost plenty of meat simply because I imagine it was a tier 5 gun. Badgers should be tier 3. I'm not sure, and it was a really close-up shot as well. So you really don't get much money from it as well. And our second badger should be somewhere around here. Where did I shoot it? As you can see, it's not... Okay, you can close this. Yeah, badger massacre of 2022. What did I shoot it? Medium amount of blood, air bubbles, and as you can see, time to expire instant, it says. So we have had another hunt rating 1, unfortunately, but this is due to having a high caliber gun, rather high caliber gun, close-up shot. So there are a couple of ways you could hunt in this game, as I have been talking about from the start of the stream. One is chance encounters, like this one. Like here, this was a need zone. I didn't even know about this. Yeah, bloodstains, I will try and hunt a deer if I can. And in Transylvania, it will be much easier. And it will be... Okay, let me check how long have we been streaming now. 1.5 hours. It didn't even feel like 1.5 hours. Okay, it is just so much fun. I'm just having so much fun explaining everything to you. So let's go to Transylvania now that we have hunted. Now that we have hunted several badgers. Let's go to Transylvania. So I will ask you right now, right here, right now. Do you want to see highest difficulty? Because I am hesitant towards it. I might suffer a lot. And let's show you the difficulties as well. In the meanwhile, animal senses in the Explorer is low. For inexperienced players, the challenge of the game will be much lower. I have been playing in Adventurer right there. Okay, Sam. Okay, I will be doing it. Animal sense in Adventure that was medium. The one I scared animals from 200 meters, that was medium settings. The game provides a good balance between gameplay and real hunting experience. Hunter, animal senses are high, animals are skittish, you must apply hunting knowledge and tactics. Ranger, animal senses are high, scope shooting information, binocular identification, interactions highlighting, animals highlighting, nothing. Hunter sense is closed. This is the most real hunting experience, all the extra information will be closed. Yes, vampires. Let's go, let's go. Let's go to Transylvania. Here you may see some FPS problems because there are such huge open plains and you can see like 2 kilometers away from here. And as you can see, this is what welcomes you when you come to Transylvania. Like, would you look at that? How cool is that? This place, I believe, is for hunting small game, waterfowl. I am not really going to go there. And we are going full on hardcore at that as well, Night Warrior. Not Night Narrator, sorry, I'm really sorry. HUD visibility, closed. HUD shortcut helpers, closed. HUD compass, closed. Nothing is going to help us. We are going full in. And I believe I can hear some... Am I hearing... Like, directly from the very start, you have to hear, you have to trust your senses. And you can see from... you can see here what I've been talking about. Open plains, I guess. Like, this is around 5 kilometers. You can see 5 kilometers ahead of you. This is how Transylvania was. And this is how much places I have unlocked in an hour worth of playing. An hour, and this is what I've unlocked. Okay. Hardcore parkour. Yes. So, as you can see, I mean, maps are huge. Maps are genuinely interesting. Like, while I have one of the main reasons I have really this small of an area covered, even though I've played for an hour in this map alone, is because areas are really unique. They're really cool. They're really unique. I really enjoyed every single different habitats. Yeah, what a view. What a view indeed. And we should be running around here because I don't want to show you a walking simulator. And I heard from experience, I heard a red fox. And there they are. Red fox. You can see them. I heard of red fox. I hope you saw that because they have gone through the bushes. The only animal I have hunted in Transylvania thus far, I have successfully hunted in, I have harvested in Transylvania was red foxes, simply because they're alerted and they tend to look around before running away. At least that was my experience. So from today's discussion in Discord as well, I have noticed that you can actually see which way the wind goes, if that makes sense, without HUD as well. Without closing, I've closed everything, you can see nothing, no helps from the game. But trees and branches go in the way the wind goes, which is really cool, and it depends on the power of the wind as well. Like if it's really powerful, and there's a little fox. Get here, and there it is. We have hunted the fox. Okay, that was a start. That's another chance encounter, I can tell you that. This is not how it goes. And one other thing I really admired in this game is I have seen one badger falling to its back when it died. They don't just die. There's really good ragdoll mechanics for them. Like, I think I don't have a good hunt rating simply because it is not an appropriate gun. Once again, you really are punished for hunting with a wrong gun, wrong caliber, getting too close to an animal that you shouldn't be if the... Yes, streamer luck is real. Streamer luck is truly real, because this is the only time this happens. I can tell you that. This is the only time this happens. And I believe I've scared some animals right here. Okay, from this point on, I will be playing to its full extent, because here I believe I will have better chances of finding good herds of animals. You hear those branch sounds? That comes from spooked animals. That is when you know that you messed up. That's when you know that, oh shoot, I just spooked a bunch of animals, and they're still running away. I can hear them. So let's see. There is, with animal render distance being 800 meters. Like this is 300 meters. This far, like where I'm looking right now, is 400 meters, and you can see further away from it. Thank you. I really appreciate it. It was a good shot, I mean. And we can see animals up to this distance. Like where I'm looking at right now is as far as we can see animals. And sound design is genuinely brilliant. Genuinely brilliant. Like. And there have been a lot of talk about recoil. I really hadn't have any problems with it, to be honest. Like, should I shoot? I will spook a lot of animals, but let's shoot, okay? Let's just shoot for a second here. As you can see, scopes really act real. But let's shoot. As you really can't see much from scopes and you reloading from recoil, you really can't from scopes. I think it feels really good. I didn't think like it was lackluster really. I don't think it was bad. I think it's really cool. So let's try and get up around those hills. Those around the kilometers from there. Yeah, from nearly all animals, that is the sound they make. Like if you hear in the distance, you hear some branches rattling. That means 99% of the time, that means... yes, Siv, I was reading your comment. Yes, definitely. I didn't even notice when I started playing the game. It's just, there are so many great things about this game that you really don't notice that. I don't think it is as big of a deal as it has been made on Discord. I can tell you that. Transylvania is... I really have no words. It is just beautiful. And I really want to show you tracking as well, because tracking is not as simple as I just made it seem like. Okay, how will I pass? Okay, I jumped over it. Tracking is not as simple as I just made it seem like, because animals, I have hit them with a higher caliber than what is necessary, and really close range, so it really didn't make justice to tracking. Tracking in this game is something that I really have a love-hate relationship with tracking in this game. I love it because it is really realistic. I hate it because it is too realistic and I can't really make my way through tracks. Blood trails sometimes can be really hard to see, and at the highest difficulty, well, good luck. If you are a seasoned player, I guess it will get easier and easier. And there are some tips and tricks, I will say, that helps you track, such as I will show you if I can shoot an animal. I will deliberately make a long shot, not a hard shot, so that you can see how tracking works. I'm not sure what this sound is. I'm not sure what that sound was. It shows you blood splatters in a way that it shows you where... oh, there's a... Is that a boar? That's a boar. Why is that running my way? I'm not sure. And it's alone as well. I might have spooked them, and it might be just going solo. And there they are. There are many of them. Maybe I can observe and shoot one of them. What do you say about that? If they calm down somewhere around here, I will try and make a shot. And Remington 783, the gun I'm using right now, is set to be, by our character, set to be effective in 100 meters. Yeah, there was the parkour. This is the hardcore parkour you mentioned earlier. Definitely. So I think there they are. There is our boars. There they are. There they are. I can see them. Okay, so this is our going to be first stalking and hunting. So if I won't miss them, this is going to be our first highest difficulty hunt. And let me see. I really don't want to miss them. So they're around that part. Let's just try and get as close as we can. And there is a boar going along. One thing that's non-HUD hardest difficulty players might have a problem with is differentiating high genetic fitness animals and low genetic fitness animals, simply because there's no way of telling it. From what I could gather, if there are, I will make sure you know about it. But from what I could gather, there is no such thing. You can tell whether an animal is old, whether it is young, mature, or adult, but there is really no particular way to tell if they are genetically fit or not, other than antlered animals. Antlered animals, you can really easily tell them. Antlered, horned animals, you can really easily differentiate them. You can tell, oh, this is a trophy rating 4-1 or trophy rating 5-1. I will kill the pig, but as I said, Remington 783 is effective around 100 meters. So if I shoot it from here, I can make the shot from 200 meters. I can tell you that. I can make a shot from 250 meters at most, from with my skill level at least. But if you really want to kill it, if you really don't want to track the animal for kilometers long, what you should be doing is get as close as 100 meters. Then from there, make a really thought of shot. You really think about your shots. And I put it in a video as well, but you really gotta think a million times before making a shot. Am I going to kill the animal? Is this going to work? Do I want to kill this animal? Is this going to hurt my herd? You really gotta consider a lot of stuff. So I think I can shoot this guy. I will make a shot if I can get a clear side of it. Let's see. I believe it will come from this point. Yes. And there we made our shot. So I marked it on the map as well. And they will go running, as you can see. You can't really make a follow-up shot. You can make a follow-up shot. I have made it a couple of times then. Let me show you the blood tracks first, okay? If you find it too easy, if you find it easy to track, then I would say go for it. Yeah, I think I hit a lung, but I can't be sure as I had to... Okay, how will I go from here? Oh shoot, nature really blocked my way. I zeroed in on the run, so I didn't zero in beforehand, but zeroed in... you didn't see it, of course, but I have been pressing some buttons to zero in. So this is around where I shot it. If I can find... I think I can see the bloodstains here. Yes. This is the start of the bloodstains, okay? This is at the hardest difficulty. Easily way off the hunter. Ninth narrator. Easily way off the hunter. Like, that isn't even a consideration for me. But that depends on what you are looking for in a game as well. Like for me, for my simulation I really fancy simulation games more than arcade games, but if I really want to hunt 20, 30, 40 animals in an hour, I would launch the Hunter Call of the Wild. But if I want a realistic hunting experience with a brilliant nature, brilliant sound design, I will definitely go with Way of the Hunter. For this, as you can see, I believe we can tell if it's... Yes, I can see air bubbles here. So we hit it in the lungs. This is a good sign. Second thing, as you can see, as I promised, here's the vegetation and it looks beautiful. And the trick I mentioned earlier is this. It shows you this way, right? It leads towards this way because of the momentum of the animal. So I should be leading towards here. And another one over here. Like, this started really easy because I made a really good shot. Really, streamer luck is playing a huge part in here. Because sometimes vegetation can have pinkish ends. Like, let's see this grass, for example. Like, this grass has pinkish, reddish little touches to it. So you can mistake it for small amount of blood trails. So I am lucky that I made a good shot. I am lucky that shadow is working in my favor as well. But we might as well lose it in a second. Because closing the HUD, closing Hunter Sense, for me it is a bit too difficult. I will try and play it as much as I can in this mode and in hardest mode possible, but it really is hard to track. Like, I can see some more trails over here. I don't think it went too far away. Like, this is really easy to see now. Okay, this doesn't prove my point, but I can tell you it is due to lighting, the shadows, places where I shot it. I once shot an animal in the middle of a pinkish bush area, and I had the hardest time tracking, and I think I lost the animal there. As you can see, it's not really that easy. It doesn't glow, it doesn't highlight itself, especially in higher difficulties. You can see a little bit of pinkish stains when you get closer enough to them. And that's about it. When you get closer enough to them. And there are various amounts of blood trails as well. Like, look at this. This is one example of it. It gets in the vegetation as well. I think I can hear some animals over there, but... What was that? Was that a butterfly? There are some butterflies and non-shootable birds, if I remember correctly, to add to the atmosphere. And there are some more tracks. I hope we can find this. I believe we will find and harvest the animal. Yes, definitely. Like, I could tell you one thing that I really love about this game is tracking blood stains. Blood trails is fantastic. Like, I dread it, but I love it at the same time. And they are not all generic same stuff as well, and they are not really easy to find. Like, consider this as well, I am playing with around 15 to 20 hours of experience as well. Like, at the very start, you are like, where did it go? Where did it go? Where is my blood stains? Did I miss it? And there are no indications as to where the animal might be if you have closed the hunter sense. And from my experience, with a good long shot, animals run around 150 meters. So they can run up to 150 meters. If you land a good shot, like a hard shot, they only go, and there it is, in the middle of the river. There it is. I mean, talking about streamer luck, right? There in the middle of the river. Looks beautiful as well. Looks beautiful as well. Let's take it. There are no bullet holes at the moment, but Mikal, community manager, stated that it is a feature that they are working on, so I'm sure that will be added along the way sometime. And let's see. So I have made a shot from 130 meters, and it was a good shot. It was enough of a shot. You can see recommended hit energy, this yellowish, yeah, winter DLC. I hope there will be a winter DLC, and I hope, this is my wish list, I really want winter DLC, winter map, and an African map. Those two are my wishes. So for current energy, you can see it with yellowish threshold. This yellowish threshold and above it is what is recommended for your hit energy. In overview, it was a perfect hunt rating. It was the correct caliber gun, correct distance, correct hit energy. It was one shot, a good shot placement. Everything was according to the book. And it was a hunt rating 5 in ranger difficulty. You can see the difficulty here as well. Trophy rating 1, unfortunately, not much we can expect from this. And we haven't lost much of our blood. And you can actually check how in-game time works by comparing when I started tracking to me finding the animal. So it has been 20 in-game minutes according to the game, and it ran for 280 meters. So 150, 300 meters is how far away they can run. I think it depends on the animal as well, because I have never seen a deer running for 280 meters. If I land the long shot at this. So we have circumference of lower tusks, so it gave me actually 0.5. Okay, I really didn't expect that. And circumference of upper tusks gave me as 0.4 minus. So we can sell for 186. And we have unlocked encyclopedia for wild boars, and it's a tier 5 animal. As you can see, I need to harvest or find need zones for 2 more of wild boars so that I can see their trophy ratings and stuff. What else can we talk about? Perks, I have talked about it. If you have any other questions about perks, just hit me. I will always answer them. So I think I will do this perk as well. Like just traveling 1 more kilometer in crouch stance. And in the meanwhile, we can just talk about the game. What do you think about the game? Like, do you like what you're seeing? I feel like you are, but I really want to hear your opinions about it. Like, do you like the game? What do you think about it? What did you not like about the game? Is there anything that I showed you that you say, maybe this could have been different, maybe they could have added this? Is there anything like that? Because for me, other than a few audiovisual bugs that are really not important, really minor bugs, I am quite happy with the game. I can see myself just sinking ton of hours. Okay, let's lower the saturation here a bit. I can see myself sinking tons of hours just in photo mode. Like, I really don't even have to try. How beautiful that is. In photo mode. By the way, photo mode goes around to 100 meters if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that once again. But it goes around 100 meters. It doesn't go so far, so you can't really exploit it neither, which is really cool. Let's take a shot like this with... Yes, it is also an early build. It is worth noting that it's an early build. There will be a day 1 patch which will fix many of the major bugs. And ZD, I believe, told us that in the general chat, he told us that it will be quite a big patch as well. So I expect a lot from it actually. So we have hunted in this video alone, in this live stream alone, sorry for the characters part. In this video alone, we have hunted a pheasant, 2 American badgers, 1 red fox, and a wild boar. And I don't know why. Okay, I think there's an issue with that. I think I will take a look at it later on. But it says all of my... Yeah, there's an issue with that. There is an issue with... Oh, okay. One thing I just noticed is that it also shows you what animals, which animals are... No, I have never been to a real hunt. No. Unfortunately, I really want to actually, but I never really had the chance. Also, I would like to say that it shows you it is your first harvest of a species. So, like, this American badger, my very first harvest of an American badger. I have not found rare fur variants. I really should check in with... Yeah, gorgeous landscape to each. I really should check in with other content creators, but I have not seen rare fur variations. Fur variations have been confirmed. I have seen fur variations such as older red deer stacks having brownish, little more darker furs, but nothing rare. No, not rare. I'm not sure if they are in the game. Maybe there are. Maybe there are, and they are extremely rare. But I haven't seen it yet. One thing I was going to say was... There was an issue with this. Difficulty shows Explorer for every single hunt I've done, which is not correct. I have done most of my hunts in Adventure, which could be a really basic bug, not an issue. This is an early build, as I said. I don't know if we will be able to keep our saves. I hope we will be able to. I really would love to, because I have... I believe I can hear some red fox in the distance this way. So I spooked some animals, that's for sure. I can hear something. No, not for sure. So one thing I will say about... Yeah, it may be too early to find rare ones as well. Maybe it's just too early. Maybe they are too rare. We don't know. As the name suggests, they are rare, so we might be able to find them later on. I don't know. One thing I would say about hardest difficulty, no HUD gameplay is definitely you should count on your senses. You should listen to your environment. You should check for visual signs. You really can't be you really can't just go and here I found a herd of animals, yay, I just hit all of them kind of stuff. It is really not possible. I don't know what this is, by the way. This is really cool. I have seen many of them in Transylvania. You really have to keep thinking, and there is a herd of beautiful roe deers or fallow deers. I can't tell from this distance. They may even be, I think, roe deers, but let's check. They are 700 meters away from me, and no, I haven't played multiplayer. I haven't tried it yet. No, I haven't tried multiplayer yet. By the way, 800 meters render distance is something really cool. It shows here. How cool is that? Like, it is 700 meters away from me, but I can see a herd down there, and I can even see them without zooming in, which is really good. One thing I have really had a lot of issues with in Call of the Wild was just not being able to see what is right across the lake. Like, you really couldn't see that, which really bugged me. Yeah, render distance is amazing. For animals, that is 800 meters. For other stuff, like, I can see around 2 to 3 kilometers. Fantastic. By the way, I should state that I have render distance at the highest as well. It may be lower for you if you lower it in the settings. But let's try and reach towards there. So I can mark it in the map as well. That's right down there. Let's hunt one of those deers. Let's try whether it goes successful or if it goes, if it's a failure. Let's try our luck. Then I may or may not call the stream a good one and finish it there. But let's first try and hunt one of these. So my rule of thumb is you can just go in this pace for around until you are 200 meters away from the animal. For deers, as you can see, they are constantly moving as well. They are not static in one place. After 200 meters, just crouch down. After 150 meters, slow crouch down and get as close as you can. Oh, they are really moving fast. Transportation by cars is possible. You can just using your car from the parking lot in your lodge. I can show you in a second. Yeah, animals look brilliant, even with this distance with binoculars. I really didn't use much cars unless I am hunting waterfowl. Waterfowl don't get scared that easily. I think I'm hearing something, but I don't know what sound is it. Is it an ambient sound or is it an animal sound? I really couldn't make yet. And there they go. Are they chamois or are they chamois or mouflon? Okay, if you can tell, please tell me. I really sometimes have difficulty telling animals away. They are not deer, that's for sure. That is either a chamois or or chamois. I really don't know how to pronounce it in English. Sorry if I am pronouncing it in a horrible way. I believe it might be mouflon or chamois. I've heard from some people that it is called chamois. Some people like to call it chamois. I really don't know how to pronounce it. But it is going to be really cool. This is my... Yeah, one of them is really massive. Like, you can tell. Which is something really cool as well. Like, I have 0 HUD, but I can tell that one is a trophy rating 4 or 5. Not 5, probably not 5 because I haven't hunted them before. But this is probably a trophy rating 3 or higher. I would say 4. We might really try and pick that up. But for that, we should really get close to them. As they are grazing, they are lowering their heads as well, which makes it harder for you to tell. And this guy is coming towards me. This is a female, I guess. I don't want to hunt females, as I have talked about at the start of the stream. There's a female to male ratio in the game, which is really, really important. Sorry. Let's mark over there. I can't see the markers from here, but on the map I can see them. They went into this bushy area. So as you can see, from where I noticed them 800 meters away to here, they have already moved from here to here. Like, they are not static. Even if you know where they are not really that static. Which are all good things for longevity. I can tell you that. By the way, while you are in binoculars, you are automatically, while you are looking through your binoculars, you can automatically slow down, which is a really cool thing they thought about. Oh, look at that. Those rock formations just suddenly appeared. Like, these small kind of stuff. Is the game very demanding? I am playing at the highest, well, ultra settings possible. I have custom, I have tweaked the settings a bit as well to its highest possible settings. I am using 6700 XT AMD GPU and 5600 Ryzen 5600 CPU. I am at 1080p and I get up to 90 FPS. That's the most I get. And lowest I get is around 30 to 45. That's all I can tell. I can hear them from here, and this is just so scenic. I hope I won't scare them. Like, luck was with me thus far, but I hope I won't scare them away. In terms of the game's demanding, it really heats up my computer as well. That's all I can say, really. Performance-wise, I'm happy. In 1080p, I get around 70 to 90 FPS usually. Other than that, other than overheating, in my case, I really have no problems with it. For 4K, I really can't imagine. Maybe it may be too much of a performance cost, but I have no idea. I don't have a 4K monitor, so I can't test it, nor 2K. I am quite sure they are somewhere around there, but if they already moved away, I will be really sad. I highly doubt they moved away. I would have seen it. Yeah, straight ASMR. Some people complained about it being too loud, but I think that is one of the things that will get solved in Day 1 patch. Other than that, it is beautiful. I can hear them, I can't see them. That is a massive no-no. I really can't make a shot that I can't see. I think I can see one right over there, a little shadowy figure. But if you want to get that high trophy rating one, we really need to try harder. I'm in the bushes, so it makes a lot more noise as well. By the way, I started this stream by saying I will make it a short one, and we are nearly hitting 2 hour mark. So, not that I'm complaining, I'm really happy with that, but plans changed, I guess. I hope they haven't already moved. Did you see anything? I haven't seen anything. I don't think they moved, but I'm really trying to listen in. Okay, I won't go after the trophy rating one. I will just go for any of those so that we can have another kill in live stream. I really can hear some noises, animal sounds, but I'm not sure where they are coming from. Okay, there are two scenarios. Either they are right in those bushes and I can see them, or B, which is a terribly bad scenario where they already moved away and I missed them. But this is how it goes. I mean, this is how I play the game. This is how I think the proper gameplay looks like. I really am trying to represent how it feels like to me. I really want to take it slow. After you know where the animals... Hi. Hiya. So I have unlocked a new perk, by the way, because I have been crouch walking for a long time now. And I think I can hear those animals making tons of sounds. Okay, they're there. I mean, I can hear them. There they are. I meant they are really close by now. And without any HUD and no hunter sense, it will be a challenge. I hope I won't have to shoot them while they are running. Let me see. Yeah, I'm in full hardcore mode. So we have no HUD, no hunter sense right now. We are trying to hunt either a chamois or a mouflon. I am not even sure which animal we are going after. It was really far away when I spotted them. And I'm not even sure if they are still here, by the way. I think they are not. I mean, that's a huge bummer. I have been trying to slow crouch this whole way down, and you are telling me they already left? I think they moved upwards. I mean, this also shows you how dynamic animal movements are. Like, they are not in one spot forever. They have been there just moments ago, and they're there. Oh, sorry. I am really angry at myself right now. I really... Okay, I tried my luck. Yeah, they were there. They were there, Sue. They were there. I lost my faith too quickly, let's say that. I lost my faith too quickly. I thought they were gone for sure. I mean, I am really disappointed with myself. I should have been more patient. Let's see if there are any bloodstains while they were running. I tried to land a shot, but I highly doubt it. Even if that was the case. They were looking brilliant. At least we could see that, right? I hope you could see that. They were looking beautiful. And I see no bloodstains. Shoot. I'm really disappointed with myself. Sorry, guys. Anyways, at least I have got some animals within this live stream. I have got 2 badgers, 1 pheasant, 1 red fox, 1 wild boar. What do you mean by buggies? I'm sorry if it's really a common sense word, but yeah, I can't win them all. Streamer luck depleted, I can tell you that. Sometimes I have a hard time understanding some of things like buggies. I really don't know what you're talking about, sorry. Do you mean... I won't guess. Because I'm not native English speaker, I sometimes have a problem with understanding some words. I don't think they ran away for too long, too far. But let's try to get up that hill. Let's check, let's take a look over. And... Bugs. Okay, bugs. I think many of us have had several minor bugs. In the, what I mean by bugs is some visual bugs, like when you are proning the enemy, like this. Okay, like this. Small stuff. Like it doesn't even happen again. It just happens once. Nothing game breaking. Nothing that destroys your enjoyment, your immersion. Sometimes some audio visual stuff breaks, but I believe this is an early build of the game as well, so it was expected really. Nothing that's really messed up my gaming experience in this 16-17 hours right now. I never really had any bugs that's really like, oh, I can't play this game. I never had that. I never had any crashes. Nothing. So I think with the scale of this game, it's going to launch perfectly. Because, like, as I said, we have started over here and we have been walking for what, 40 minutes, 30 minutes, and we have unlocked this far, and this is the whole map. Like, this map is huge. I would expect some bugs, really. I would be suspicious if there were no bugs in this game. Like, how did you make this game? Another thing about no HUD and no Hunter Sense gameplay, hard issues you may encounter is finding lead zones. There are, as I said before, bent trees that you can easily tell, but I think I should, like, there it is. Like, how would I know? How would I know? Yeah, you should definitely stream it. I will try and drop by as well, Civ. I will definitely try and drop by. I mean, I'm sure you will enjoy it a lot. Like, there's a lot to cover, and I can't wait for 16th as well, because I will be launching my spoilered gameplay videos as well. I will start a Let's Play series. I have seen some content creators already sharing spoilers, but I really don't want to ruin the game for my viewers. I mean, I really wouldn't want to see spoilers if I never even got the chance to play the game, and if I have no chance of getting the game, because you are not going to be able to play the game until 16th, and I don't really want to ruin the game for you, so I am going to wait until 16th, and after 16th I will be launching my Let's Play series, where we will be talking a lot about spoilers, stories, which is really cool as well. There are some aspects of the story they could have really neglected, but they didn't. Like, one thing I could show you without spoiling the game for you. Like, check this. There is a play button down there. I won't play it, but it just shows you a fully comic style story. A comic style, like you are reading a comic, and it's voiced as well, and it tells a beautiful story. It just looks beautiful. Like, even this cover looks beautiful. It just is overall really a passion project. You can tell that. It is a passion project, decently funded, decently made. Yeah, I really loved the story, and it is really going low key as well. It's not really on the nose. You don't have to do the story at all. You can just play the game as it is right now. And if I am not mistaken, you can do some missions in both maps that are not map bound. Like, some missions just require you to hunt an animal, so you can do them if the animal is available on both maps. You can do that both on Transylvania or on Nez Perce Valley, which is really something cool as well. Like, let's say I want to hunt waterfowl. I have a mission about waterfowl, but I don't want to play Nez Perce. What will I do? Go ahead and play in Transylvania. This is a good thing for diversifying your gameplay experience as well, which is something I really like. Like I said, I mean, I have been talking about this game for how long now? 2 hours, and I'm barely beginning. I can tell you this. There are tons to cover, tons to share. That's why I will try and stream the game every day. I will try and scout beforehand, so that you will see more action, less me walking around. I will definitely try and make sure that you will see more gameplay in terms of hunting, in terms of shooting, in terms of trailing, tracking. I think I will at first at least at the first week, or maybe at the first half of the streams, I won't be playing with hardcore mode on, because it is really hard. Like, come on. I mean, it will be really fun. I can sense that it will be really fun, but I think I will reserve hardcore part for the either later half of the stream, like I did today, or I will just do it later on, after several weeks have passed. But I really want to show you how this game really looks like, how this game really works like. And I can tell you this, I have played this game 17 hours with today's gameplay as well. And I have hunted only, like, let's check. I have hunted pheasants, wild duck, American badger, red, sorry, my voice is coming. I have hunted pheasant, wild duck, American badger, red fox 4, bighorn sheep 5, mountain goat 6, 7, 8, 9. I have hunted 9 of the species out of 14 just in Nez Perce. Just in Nez Perce. And I have yet to hunt tier 6 animals. I have to hunt some waterfowl, some little animals, some predators. There are a lot of time to be put into this game. I am really addicted to this game. Like, I wake up and first thing I do is usually just come in, play for a couple of hours. It is really a fun game. You can't swim, no. But I can show you, I can try and show you if it is a rather, let's show you this. Okay, let's return back to our lodge. Franz Ferdinand's lodge. I can show you this. By the way, this is, okay, I forgot about it. I don't know how I forgot about it. This is our Transylvania lodge. Like, this garlic on the drawers. At the stands. Taxidermy stands are amazing as well. There are sets, poses for set animals. You have to hunt these, and you have to save them for taxiderm. You have to taxidermize and save them. So you can see these are dioramas, which are like, do I have to tell you how cool this looks? Like, how cool it is. How cool it is. And you are not really limited because there are many, and it gives you a lot of options, like 4 wolves howling here. Yeah, I hope it's foreshadowing a spooky event. Yeah, definitely. 2 mouflons. I think we have seen mouflons right there. Yeah, that wasn't a chamois. Yeah, chamois looks like this. Okay, sorry. Those I just spooked beforehand were mouflons. So you can see there are many options. There are limited depending on the stand. Like, in this stand you can only have these, but there are so many stands, which means there are so many choices. These smaller stands have these, and let me show you, there should be a mountain stand somewhere around here, and there are these stands, wall stands here. There are bigger dioramas, which you have many options. Let's see. And there it is. There it is. I saw it. There is a mountain stand. I've seen someone really asking for it, and here it is. There it is. You can see it. If I can collect 3 of these and taxidermize all of these animals, I can have a beautiful lodge and 3 wild boars calm. Okay. And there are more garlics here. So about swimming, I will show you this. So if it is a shallow river or a waterfall swamp area, you can really go to a certain depth, but after some point it just either makes you unconscious and respawns you, or it simply doesn't allow you. So you can't really swim, but yeah, and right next to the door, it is really something to be it is really something to think about, right? Maybe there's a Dracula, maybe a certain bat we have to hunt in the future, hopefully. But I would love, I have yet to experience the game to its fullest yet. And I am just on a singular map, and I really wanted to say this in earlier Discord. I haven't been able to, of course, because of NDA, but one thing I really want to say is, now that I've played 144 square kilometers or 55 square miles games, maps, I really wonder what the developers will make with 64 kilometer squares, because denser maps, smaller maps might be even more interesting. And I think I spooked some wild boars. I really haven't come here to hunt some wild boars, but I think I spooked some. You can hear the sounds. But we are here to experiment. Yes, it is all for science. Is it wild boar or Ross's goose? What is that? I think it's gotta be. It's going further and further away, right? And there they are. There they are. Wild boars. They were around this swampy area and they're running. Like, just watching these animals run away in Transylvania hills is like an experience I will probably never be able to come to a reserve in Transylvania and experience a wild horse running around. Like, this is a kind of an experience that only a game can give you, and I'm really happy with that. Like here, you can see this is a shallow one. You can go as deep as this. And from this point on, you really start to slow down. And I can walk around this place. Yes, experiments succeeded. Yes, you can walk around this deep water. But if it is deeper, which I have once fallen into a river and once in a waterfall, you instantly go unconscious. So you really can't swim. You can't swim, but you can walk amidst these waterfall areas, swamp areas, which is a really cool thing, I guess. It really slows you down after it gets to some depth. After it gets deeper, you really start to slow down. I think it is not really deep here. I can see my feet. Let's try to go as deep as possible. Where are we? Oh, this is a deep area, that's for sure. This is a huge waterfall area. Maybe I can shoot a bird if I can find any, but I highly doubt we will find anything due to their time, due to them not being available at all times. There are many factors going into finding animals in this game, which is something I really like. Is this a bird? No. I thought that rock was a bird. Okay, I think this is deep. Yeah, this is really deep. And it really slows you down, that's all. If you really try, you can't crouch here. You can't swim. If it's too deep, you fall unconscious, and that's about it. But I am really digging the atmosphere here. Like, clouds. Clouds there seems like it is going to rain, really. Maybe it's raining over there, who knows? I can't really fast travel somewhere there. I don't think I have any... I think it is raining over there. Like, from what I could tell from the weather. And you can see, as I said at the start, we have a weather prediction system here. Which way the wind will go in a couple of hours. What will the weather be like. Which is really cool. What is this sound? That was so cool. I just heard the most beautiful animal call, but I'm not sure what animal was that. Okay, lastly, I want to show you shooting range. There are two. Yeah, what was that, right? There are two in each map as your main lodges. If you, let's say, you are playing as in the highest setting possible. So let's say I have set it around 150 meters, I guess. No, it's working. No. Why is it working? So I don't need to zero in, I guess. I'm too good of a shot. I'm too good of a shot that I don't even need to... Yo, no. Okay, I need to zero in. I can see that now. I thought it was a bullseye. So let's try and zero in and make another shot. That was a tad bit better. That was really bad. Okay, this is how shooting ranges work. You can really spend some time here zeroing your gun because you can see that some people found it annoying. I really don't find it annoying, but those zeroing and zoom meter in the screen. If you are using no HUD, you can use shooting range to set the distance for yourself. As you can see, I have set it to 150 meters. I have experienced rain in this game, not thunder, but I have seen thunder in trailers, if that makes sense. We have seen thunders in trailers, but I have yet to experience it. I hope I will. I will surely try and record it if I can. I will try and show you the driving as well. Driving is surprisingly good as well. Like, this has been asked a lot, so this is the first person. Here you are. Really detailed, really good. There was some navigations, I guess, okay, this is a cool detail if that is the case. But when I had HUD on, if that is the case, I'm not sure. When I had the HUD on, we had a navigation here. So if I were to open compass, will that mean no? Okay, I thought for a second that will be a really neat detail. Car is really cool. Driving it is really cool, but oh wow, I'm a terrible driver. But driving is really cool, but one thing I would say is it definitely spooks animals from a very, very long distance, like 200, 300 meters in adventure difficulty, maybe even more so in this difficulty. I really don't know, but I really don't use it that much. You can use it. It is really good for traversing along the map. There are roads in Transylvania as well, as you can see here. It is really cool that it is available. Do I use it? No, I don't. I try to travel on foot. It is really helpful in terms of storage as well. Like, you can just change your stuff here. If you have anything else, you can just add it here. That is cool. I really try to use campsites. Campsites are really useful in terms of finding a place, finding a need zone, then returning back to the campsite, setting the time, and going back in. Now that you have scouted the area, now that you have tracked the crash an animal. I think it is. I think some people have already done it. Let's try. Okay, that's an interesting request. It is possible to roadkill. That is for sure. I have seen it leaked. Somebody hits a bird with a car. It is possible. I think some content creator hits an animal with a car. It is really possible. I'm not sure if it is possible in this hardest difficulty, because animals will be running far away even before I can see them. So I'm not sure if I can manage it. Maybe I should leave it to the next live stream. Maybe we can try and roadkill an animal, just for the fun of it. It's not really something nice, but we can really just try. But I know it is possible. It has been confirmed that roadkills are possible, and you can just hit an animal with car, kill them. I don't think it will look anything good. But as you can see, one thing I would like to add here is, like, you can see the tracks right here. See? Like, not footprints, but tracks. This is obviously a track over here. Even without HUD, even without Hunter Sense, I can easily tell, and I can easily tell. Could you see? There are no highlights for animal tracks as well. I can see this is probably... What is this? Do you have any guesses? What is these tracks? It seems like a deer of sorts to me. Maybe roe deer? Maybe red deer? Deer trail, right? Yes. I will guess so as well. Maybe we can find... I believe this seems awfully like a need zone, doesn't it? Maybe this area is a need zone. Though I can't really tell, because, you know, without understanding, finding need zones is my biggest issue. Other than trailing bloods. Which is fair. Trailing bloods is fair. You can do that. You can easily do that without HUD, which is something beautiful. But I can hear some spooked animals. But finding need zones, not so much. This is a lot harder, if you ask me. And that is, I think, about all. I have made a really, really long live stream. I really planned this to be just an hour live stream, maybe hour and a half. But I really want to show you everything possible. And I have yet to cover everything. I hope to cover more. I will make more live streams around 17 p.m., 5 p.m., 17 CEST time. So be expect to see more live streams, and if you are not subscribed, be sure to subscribe for more Way of the Hunter content, because there will be a lot of content, and I will be dropping one. Yeah, I think it will be a lot better. Maybe for flashing Waterfowl as well, Night Narrator. I think it will be really cool if when they have a dog, a hunting dog. And if you are not subscribed, be sure to subscribe, because I will also launch another video where I am hunting waterfowl, which is a really good video. I can tell I am biased, but which was a really cool video. If you don't want to miss that, I will be launching it in around 3 hours from now, and there will be a lot of content coming in. I will be making a lot of videos. I will be making a lot of live streams. Not sure about tomorrow. I may need some rest. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for joining. Thank you each and every one of you who tuned in, who spent time with me, who chatted with me. I really appreciate it. I really can't thank you enough. I really can't thank my subscribers, my viewers, THQ Nordic, 9rocks Games for granting me early access. Like, I'm so grateful. I really appreciate all of this. Thank you very much. And I think this is it. I'll see you next time.